First things first, it got cold in the shop last night, so it's time to start the heater.
She got to about 5 below zero last night, so my water buckets froze up.
So it is finally time to drop the tarp down to see if I can keep any little bit of heat in the shop. We're going to pick up where we left off on the last episode, and if you haven't seen the first episode, here is a link for that. But we are going to start with the finished grinding after the heat treat. So I cleaned up the flats and then onto the clip. Now it's time to finish grinding those bevels. So now I'm going to work on the choil area. I'm going to get that ground down so that matches where the plunge lines come down from the ricasso. Now I've got the file guide on here, and I'm going to square up these shoulders so there's a good place for the guard to fit. So here they are, all ready for hand sanding. They're finished ground. Get these all hand sanded up to 800 grit. And then it will be time to start fitting the guard and handle. Okay, so torture is complete. Hand sanding is complete. Both blades up to 800 grit. So now we are ready to fit a guard. So when I'm fitting a guard using a milling machine, I like to do some plunge cuts like this. And then once I get some holes drilled down through there, then I will take it and mill the rest of the slot out. Okay, so we have the slot milled in the guard right here for this one. We will get that fit up. We need to do a little bit of filing on there to get that fit nice and tight. I already have the other one done. It is all fit up, no gaps whatsoever. So this one I did with simple tools. I didn't use my milling machine or anything for that. So you can watch that video right there. And to see how to fit up a guard with simple tools with no gaps. So there's that one. Let's get this one fit up and ready to go. See if we can't knock this on there. Stay. Not too bad for the first try putting it on there. It's got a little bit of gapping right there, if you can see it. So we'll take that off, close that gap up, get it back on there, and we'll have this one seated. There you can see, maybe. Oh, I mushroomed that in right there a little bit. Close up that gap. There she is. No gaps anymore, either side. Knock that off of there and grind her back smooth. No gaps. Looks good. Ready for a handle. Both of them. All right, let's pick out some handle material. We're going with black micarta and this handle shape right here. So just about like that. Let's go fit a handle. Woohoo! Oh, you son of a gun. So there's one fit up. Looks really good. Fits together nice. It doesn't even really have much slack in it. But it's nice and straight. So get the other one fit up. Finally, after an hour of fiddling with this one to fit the handle on there, broke a drill bit off inside there and had a heck of a time getting it out of there. Finally got it out of there, and she is seated up nice and tight. It is ready to, we need to soften the tangs on both of them, and then it will be time to go etch the blades. My torch makes weird noises. Okay, so you can see those temper colors run right up into the ricasso. Kept that heat off the edge with the wet paper towel there. And that should keep this from being brittle right here and wanting to break right where these shoulders are. It should want to bend instead of break, which is better than breaking. So that, and we softened the tang up so we can drill the pinhole when the time comes. So anyway, we are ready to go etch these blades. Kind of excited to see.
So here we are. We got our ferric chloride, and we are going to give us a little sneak peek of the pattern here on both of these. Got them all washed up. I'm going to make sure that I got all the fingerprints and everything off of them. We'll leave them sitting there for a minute. And and get a look at the pattern. All right, so here's a quick little sneak peek at the ladder pattern blade. Ladder pattern. Let's see what the, oh yeah, we can see the raindrop on that one. Look at all those little circles. All right, that one's gonna be cool. All right, we'll let it etch for a minute and then we'll go sand off the oxides. All right, so here is the ladder pattern blade. We'll do a little wet sanding, get those oxides off there. Here's the ladder pattern. Get that back in the etch for another 5 minutes. Here is the raindrop. Same thing with this one. There is the raindrop. We'll get a better look at him later.
All right, here's the raindrop. You can see all those little circles that we put in there with the drill bit on both sides. I did 3 5 to 10 minute cycles in the ferric chloride, cleaning off the oxides in between each cycle, and then Windex to neutralize it, and then some WD-40 right there just to keep it from getting any kind of rust on it or anything. So this one is ready to seat the handle. We'll take a look at the ladder pattern. Here's the ladder pattern. This side kind of got a little bit washed out. If you remember when I was pressing it, I think my forging die moved a little bit when I was putting the pattern in. This side looks pretty good. It's not terrible. So now it's time to glue everything up. The time has come to go ahead and glue these up. So if you can see, I put some notches in the tang just to kind of help hold the glue. Probably don't need to do that because I am going to put a pin in both of these anyway. So we are ready to mix up some glue. Second blade. Here's a little tip of the day. If you have kids and they always lose one of their flip-flops, like my kids do, you can use those like a belt eraser. They work fantastically as a belt eraser. Clean that stuff right off of there. Here they are, 400 grit off of the grinder. Shaped up real nice. So now it is on to hand sanding. We'll take these up to 800 grit and then buff it. Jimmy Buffett. Probably not Jimmy Buffett. Just Buffett.
So which one of these two patterns is your favorite? Leave me a comment down below.
So here they are, guys, all finished up. Patterns turned out really good. For such a simple pattern, they turn out really well. That micarta always shines up so nice. Feels really good in the hand. Gonna make a great little knife for somebody. Thanks for coming along on this one. Had a lot of fun doing these two knives. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and have a good one. We'll see you on the next one. God bless.